Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for your time today uh, to have you here. There are multiple sessions are happening. Yeah, somehow I see you people are here to attend this session, and thank you very much for your time. And so we are here. We are going to talk about a little bit of insights about watsonx platform capabilities. What is watsonx as a platform? What it is going to provide? How it is going to help you in your own industry or in your own day-to-day IT operations, how it is going to support you in modernization. So that's what we are going to talk about. So here is a quick agenda. So I'll be talking about a little bit of evaluation, how this watsonx is evolved, and what are the watsonx components and platform capabilities, as well as there is a demo called watsonx Code Assistant for Z. So we are going to see a short demo on what it does, how it is going to support for modernization, and watsonx as a service, how you can avail, and a small brief on watsonx.ai demo. And yeah, with that we will see the complete holistic view of watsonx as a platform. Okay. So before we get into watsonx platform, just to I try to understand how this has evolved, what was how far it has came through in the industry. So any idea, anybody from watsonx? Have some idea about Watson or watsonx? That's fine. So actually watsonx is actually started like, earlier, there was a time where everybody felt that there is no way a computer can defeat the skilled human player. That was the time. But it happened in such a way that there is a Deep Blue, which is an expert system from which is running on IBM supercomputer, which was defeated the leading chess champion, Garry Kasparov. So that's when everybody got accepted that the computer can able to perform as human, right? So that is, which means the IBM is there in the journey for an AI for many years, many decades, and it started the first version called Watson in 2007. So 2007 there was a platform called Watson was designed, and this gained popularity with a popular game called the American television game Jeopardy. So that's what that won the couple of the games. That's when it gained the popularity, and since then IBM has got a significant milestone and evolving with an AI capabilities on this product. And next it came out with 2013 with a developer cloud, which helps for the developer a playground kind of in a cloud, and the discovery advisor, which working with the raw data coming out with some insights, and your NLP libraries, which is talking about natural language processing. And then 2020 there was a beta version on IBM Watson Assistant, and it was not full-fledged one. Then 2023 it got evolved as a full-fledged platform called watsonx. So watsonx is now coming out as a complete comprehensive platform, data and AI platform. So that is going to support you to build an AI application with no time, with no code and low code option, and it can able to help you in your own IT operations in an effective way. So that's how your Watson to watsonx have been evolved. So I welcome any questions. You can stop me in between, or there are some protocol I need to follow. We have to adhere to the timings, and we will be taking up the question at the end of the session also. So even otherwise, we are here at the booth number 202 for the whole 4 days. You can walk us and we can meet us at any time in between, after the session also. So this is about Watson. We have seen how it is evolved. Now, what is going to be a platform is all about, how it is structure, architecture, in the sense it is a complete platform for your AI and data capabilities, which means the entire enterprise data you can have it in a single interface, single repository to have all kind of a data. It can be in any way, because when you wanted to build an AI application, you need to handle a huge volume of a data. So the data can be of any form. So all these data in a centralized form, a centralized format, it can able to have it and access and build your own AI application for your industry. So wherever you might be a healthcare customer, you may be a banking customer. So for whatever customer you are supporting, your applications can be built with an AI functionalities of whatever you are doing. with the help of a foundation model which is already given in a platform. So foundation models can be taken, fine-tuned, trained, and you can deploy a AI application. So this is a comprehensive data and AI platform. It will start working with foundation models. Foundation models, how do you get it? IBM recommended models are there. IBM has proprietary foundation models which is given in this platform. We can use it, or it has an open source network called Hanging Face, which is an open source foundation model platform. That also we can pick it up, and we can choose that application. There are some pre-trained models also available which we can pick and we can fine tune based on our requirement. So we are going to see how those can be picked up and we can fine tune. That's what we are going to see. So in a way, this watsonx has coming out with the various components, that is A, watsonx.data, data and governance. So to just in a brief way, these three components put together is going to come out with your AI complete lifecycle model. So .ai is actually a complete studio of integration of tools which will help you to build your AI application from your foundation and machine learning model, and you can fine tune with your own data or with your own parameters which you can fine tune and customize and to get deployed for your own requirement. So that's your AI. And .data is actually a data store for a complete data which your AI application have to get it in a variety of format. Various data can be kept in a central repository. It works in the form of a data lake open source architecture. I'm making this session is little bit layman sense, not too much of technical, so that everybody can understand. It's a single store for a complete data in whatever is the form, wherever it resides, in a simple sense. So it helps you to take it, and it is in the form of an open data lake architecture. And you have something called governance. What the governance is all about? So this is predominantly a complete you need to monitor the AI models. There are some guidelines, compliances I need to follow. Since AI is evolved, there is various rules and regulations have been brought in. So we have to, when I am working with an AI application, I have to, based on geographical region, I need to adhere to the proper compliances set. There are in 2020, there are various compliances given by European government and federal government, and also wherever region you are into, there are various compliances have been set, and we as an AI application, we have to adhere to follow. So this governance help you to comply with those rules, and we can able to deploy, and also we can monitor those activities end to end. So which means in a way it is giving you a complete responsible, transparent, explainable AI workflows. So that's about governance model. So with this governance, we have a full-fledged package of platform which will help you to build your own AI application with the help of a foundations which is given available here in this storage and platform. So this is about this complete pack which will help you for AI platform. And you also have another model called Watson Assistant. Watson Assistant is nothing but it's a foundation model. So before that, actually I wanted to start up with a little bit of AI, because there are some buzzword I'm using: foundation model, machine learning model, right, and generative AI. So what this all about? Just in a layman's sense. So wanted to differentiate from AI to generative AI. All right. So AI means what? AI is just an artificial intelligence where the system is going to behave like a human. So that's what an AI, we've already done it. And next to that AI, we have coming out with something called as a machine learning. So machine learning means, so you are making the machine to learn the whatever way you want. In a way, you are giving a data and algorithm to make the machine to learn. That is called as a machine learning. So machine learning has coming out with supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforced learning. So these three aspects machines can be learned, meaning your system can be tuned for whatever the purpose you say. In a layman sense, if I say, if the kid is born, so initial days they will just listen our instruction. That's your supervised learning. The kid will listen only your instruction, they will act. And unsupervised learning, little grown up, they will start at work in a way whatever they've learned so far, right? That is unsupervised learning. And reinforced learning is something like that. Once after the grown up, they will start questioning you. Why I have to do that? Why not this way, that way? That is called reinforced learning. So we are almost into the reinforced learning so that the machine can be learned from the data or the algorithm, whatever you are pushing into. That is machine learning. So that way you are preparing your foundation models. And next, with this machine learning, you cannot come out with any AI application. Next comes your deep learning. So deep learning is something which works with your neural networks. It has to mimic your human brain function. That's what your deep learning is all about. And next to the deep learning, you have something called foundation model. Foundation model is nothing but a generative AI model. So which means with the help of whatever the data it has trained, with set of inputs, it can start generating your responses. It may be in the form of a text or image or video. So that is called as a generative AI models. So in a way, we can differentiate these different models or the keywords. Hope you are clear, right? You have any doubts so far? So your Watsonx assistant is actually a basic foundation model which is meant for some predefined functionality for the business, which in turn has different options. The IBM, this is again go for a long way. There is a roadmap defined for this, but here so far it is available in the form of an AI assistant and AI code assistant for Z and AI orchestrator. So AI assistant is, there are 3 components as an AI it is available. So this is completely a conversation AI system. It's kind of a chatbot which will help you to take your application into whatever the application you wanted to create your own responsive chatbot. You can able to make use of this foundation model to prepare your own. You can customize. You can be a healthcare customer. So for your own policies, right, this model can be fine-tuned to give the responses in a way, however way you wanted to give. Say for example, customer support application, I wanted to design for a healthcare customer. So whatever the policies I have, whatever the rules I have, accordingly I can fine tune and I can make the model to respond in such a way the human response, the customer support, how they respond based on the human queries, the same way the model can able to respond. I can make that way. So that is actually AI assistant. Same thing, it is working for a healthcare customers are working like this. Your financial investments also, majority of the components are working with this AI assistant model, and your travel industries is using this a lot, and of course the popular mainframe based enterprise application with credit card fraudulent system is also coming out with these kind of an generative assisted model to do the credit card related transactions. So this has a very easy user interface, little bit of an options you pick and choose with whatever the model you wanted to use. There is an option to parameters to configure, fine tune, and you can use something called, and it is working with something called a RAG model, which will be much accurate in your conversational base. And the next comes your watsonx code assistants. This code assistant for Z, there is a specific mainframe customers, there is an automated code refactoring tool which is for completely for mainframe applications. So it is coming out with the 2 options once again. We have a Z, one is one part which is predominantly used for by our mainframe customers, and there is another one is actually Red Hat Ansible playbook. You can easily automatically write your Ansible playbook with the help of an AI. So that is done by the orchestrator team, and this is for the developer community. So this is an orchestration, this is developer community. So this is helping a lot for our enterprise developers. If you say mainframe applications, you have 400 millions of lines of a code which is running in a COBOL application. So when you wanted to modernize with the latest, when you wanted to adopt the latest digital transformation, it is quite obvious that I need to migrate, I need to modernize a mainframe applications, which is written 3 decades, 4 decades before with COBOL, right, which is such a robust business application which is written, and it has, the problem with the mainframe application is we don't manage much of documentations, right. The people with a COBOL code, they have written those days, they are no longer available. The documentation we don't have much documentation. Most of the customer we work with, they will hesitate to touch the mainframe application because it is lack of documentation. If I touch this, what is going to happen? If I wanted to migrate, what going to be impact? Is it really possible to migrate? So there are various questions will come from our enterprise customers who are working with the mainframe COBOL system. For them, this is one of the best tool which gives you a complete support of trying to document first of all what the program does. So it helps you to understand the existing program. Say for example, I have 10,000 members or 1 lakh members in the application. I'm just picking up one particular application, that to one particular module at a granular level, at a member level or granular level. You can pick the code and try to get the document out of it. So it will going to explain, that is with the help of an AI. AI is going to generate your documentation of the code, meaning you can try to understand what the code does it. So if I know what it does, I can decide on what I wanted to do next, maybe in the form of enhancement or migration. So first of all, it gets a good documentation with the AI assistant, and then it helps you to get the dependencies. I am picking up one module, then it may call many other programs, many other subprograms or modules or copybooks. It can able to easily take out your call graph and get the dependencies together. And with all the dependencies, if I feel that I wanted to convert into Java, I wanted to migrate into cloud, or I wanted to migrate into latest modern infrastructure, so I want this code need to be refactored with Java. So if you wanted to do it in a manual, it is going to take many months and years, right, with whatever the volume of the application you have. So whereas this is going to be converting into Java with a fraction of the second, with almost 100% tested result, because it can able to refactor into Java, and then converted code we can able to unit test it with Java. So whatever your COBOL unit test cases you are resulting it, you can also verify that it is unit tested with the Java. So the testing also happens, and then you can accept to refactor it. So such a kind of a robust thing it has, with coming out with a documentation and then taking your dependencies and refactor it into Java, and then you can able to accept with all your unit test cases. So I like to have you a quick demo on this.
Watsonx Code System is a new AI assistant product that helps to accelerate mainframe application modernization. It enables enterprise agility and increases the developer productivity throughout the application development lifecycle. So this works in 4 different phases. First of all, this tool helps you to understand the program, what it does in terms of documentation, and with the help of the call graph, we can able to understand the dependencies and try to select a piece of the code, refactor it along with its dependencies to give it into a separate the code, and try to transform that into Java equivalent. And after transform, the generated code can be validated with the help of the test cases, and then confirm that, and you can accept the generated code. So in a way, it helps you to increase the developer productivity. So let us quickly get into the Watsonx demo. So now we are into VS Code Editor window, where we have opened an application called this, and which we are going to demonstrate with Code Assistant Fuzzy. So let me see, for example, here is a piece of the code which we like to understand what it does and automatically refactor and transform. So select the piece of the code and try to understand your detailed explanation. Watsonx Code Assistant Fuzzy, get the detailed explanation of it, and you try to open up another tab and gives you the explanation of this code. And you also have an option to add this as a comments, and it becomes a documentation for your code. So this, in a way, this gives you the complete understanding and documentation. We like to refactor this. So your refactor assistant, with the help of this one, you choose this one. It helps you to give you the complete call graph of how these programs are connected with the other code and the data store. And whenever you wanted to do some select this particular data store, how this is impacting from other piece of the code, you can try to understand. So before refactoring, you will try to understand the dependencies and go for refactor and try to understand your, this is a particular example where they try to identify the different condition statements, and with respect to this condition, you wanted to segregate your code, slice this into new service, and this is trying to get you all your dependencies. In a refactor, helps you to select a piece of the code along with your dependencies. So this is your refactored code. So the refactored code we wanted to transform it to Java. So this is actually you wanted to generate your Java classes. It help you to generate your Java classes, and this is your AI generated code. So now the generated code need to be validated. So you have a validation assistant which will help you to generate your test cases of your COBOL and the equivalent Java. So in such a way that you can try to understand your the test cases, and you will finally accept the changes. So the validation assistant equally performs the test cases. So both COBOL and Java test cases are being performed, and your the generated transform Java code is schematically working as similar to your COBOL code, and you can finally accept your transform data. So in a way, watsonx code assistant for 3 helps you to increase your productivity, developers' productivity, and helps us to get into your mainframe modernization journey. Thank you so much.
So you have seen it is actually working with the code VS Code editor. So VS Code editor with which we can able to get this one. It is coming out with the 3 component. One is watsonx assistance, and then another one is on your discovery refactor. So those 3 components are coming in picture, and you are extracting and converting into Java. So this is huge benefit you have it. So if you wanted to actually refactor it or taking into other tools, of course there are some other tools also available, even open tools which will convert from COBOL to Java. Even if you give it to ChatGPT, it may convert, but you cannot guarantee that how far it is taking your dependencies, those things. It just give you some conversion, but it is not useful for your enterprise application. Here, it is taking all your dependencies and refactoring into your Java with precisely, and it is unit tested with whatever the semantics or functions which was working in COBOL, as similar to that is going to work in a Java. So in a way, it helps you to giving a complete modernization support for almost 45 to 50% of your developer productivity, and it eliminates your skill shortage, because once you wanted to refactor, you need to know the resources of with COBOL, with so much, okay, whichever the versions, getting the resource skill is much challenging, right? So you can get rid of those things, and you can able to transform this in much lesser time, and it is going to help improve your productivity, and even the cost factor also, it is going to, for a per user, it's $9.5 or so it is going to cost. It's not going to be heavy cost also. We have a complete things. We are gold partners of IBM. We have a complete pricing details also. We can support you for any kind of a monetization with this kind of a refactoring of these tools. So with this, let me move on to watsonx.ai. So since it is an AI, how this watsonx, a platform as such, is going to help us in coming out with an AI application. So when you wanted to come out with an AI application, it has to be built from a foundation model, right? So the foundation model can be picked from your platform, and you can able to build, train, and fine tune, and then deploy. So it has got an options to take your foundation models. There are already pre-trained foundation models are available in the platform, which we can pick it up and we can fine tune. Or if you wanted to have your own machine learning models, that is also doable with the help of this platform. So the AI platforms, you might know like how the ChatGPT works, right? So it has got a huge processing capabilities and all. So such a good platform, it is giving you in your cloud pack environment, AI and data. So it all these things, and along with that, your AI has got a separate lifecycle model, or how the development has an software development lifecycle phases. The same way your AI has gotten some kind of a life cycle or models. So it is going to help you in all the models to prepare your data, to build your machine learning models, and to fine tune your model, and then finally you can automate your AI lifecycle. So this is actually a complete flow, AI workflow, which you can automate with the help of this platform. So first of all, when I wanted to build any AI application, I need to work with the data, lot of data with which the model need to be trained. So first of all, it gives you an opportunity to take data, you can able to get it into asset format into your platform in your workspace and try to cleanse it, okay, make it the proper thing, and you make use of those data to build and train your model, and then you can fine tune and deploy. So once you deployed, there is a prompting model. Prompting is again a foundation model. With the help of that, you can check the deploy model is behaving as expected, or you can try to give you some kind of an inputs and see the response. If the response is not good, probably you can fine tune with the help of the parameters. There are some parameters which you can fine tune, and you can set some examples. You can personalize your prompt engine in such a way that it can give the better response, and then you can completely automate your AML lifecycle. So this is how your complete model works, and watsonx gives you an opportunity to go through complete life cycle of your AI application and automation. And data, as I mentioned earlier, it is just a data store for your generative AI application, and it helps you to complete scale up your data. So when you wanted to have AI, you need to think about the scaling up in terms of a data, right? So it supports your complete scalability, and it helps you to take your data in any kind of a format, and it manages in such a way that it has a vector database. So in a way, this data store is very much comprehensive, and it is available in the form of a data lake architecture. It's a vector based database, and it is an open format. Any kind of a data it can able to access and interpret and perform it, and it's a unified data platform, and it is very much flexible and reliable. Okay, so this is a data component of your watsonx. And governance, it is completely end-to-end monitoring of AI workflows, and it gives you a transparency in your complete monitoring aspects, and in a way it is giving you a responsible and explainable AI workflows. So that's what the governance. It also helps you to completely document your model, and it helps you to mitigate the risk, and it helps you to compliance with the compliances. And so with all those things put together, you are getting as a platform. Now, how do I avail it? So when I wanted to, in my shop, I wanted to make my own AI application, how do I get this? In the sense, you can you can get this watsonx as a service. Now, how we are getting as an infrastructure as a service, platform as a service. This is again a platform as a service. You can pick it up. You need to have a cloud. It is hosted. You can pick it, and as whatever you are using it, you can pay. So it is available in the form of a service where you can have all the three components available. You can make use of it, data for a data store, and watsonx AI for tool for coming out with your generative AI applications, and governance is for complete monitoring of your AI responsible and explainable AI workflows. And so how this platform is architecture. So this is much more important, right? Because it's altogether is a new platform. How it is architecture. So all there are various AI products which are all available in the form of a AI platform, which is data AI is actually hosted on your Red Hat OpenShift container platform. So your Red Hat OpenShift container platform can be accessible either on-prem or from any other cloud. It can be Azure or any cloud provider with which you can get it. So it is all this platform is of a hybrid cloud platform, which is Red Hat container platform. Okay. So with that said, it can be accessible with IBM Cloud Pak for Data. So this is accessible with this is Cloud Pak for Data, and which gives you a complete opportunity to take your storage, workspace, administer all your assets and catalogs, and required foundation models can be administered, and all the entire users. There are different users. When I wanted to build an AI application, you need an AI developer, you need a data engineer, data scientist, right? You need a business analyst. for all those variety of users, it can help you for a collaborative environment or workspace, so that each roles can have their own responsibility can be performed here, and it supports for the multi-user collaborative environment. So in a way, it collects all your data, it organizes in a form of a catalog. You have something called a catalog, and assets, all these whatever you are taking up, it is called as an assets, and it can be stored in the form of catalog, it can be analyzed, and it can further infused with your AI. So like to have a little short demo.
Let us see the demo of watsonx.ai. Before we get into the demo, let us try to understand the tech stack.
I think this I briefed about it.
Watsonx is a data AI platform. Let us see the demo of watsonx.ai. Before we get into the demo, let us try to understand the tech stack for Watsonx platform. Watsonx is a data AI platform which is designed. Let us see the demo of watsonx.ai. Before we get into the demo, there are two forms of cloud
So
platform. So this is actually a technical stack. So to get into your cloud
yeah,
account,
so this is your platform actually.
Watsonx, you need to have an IBM cloud account.
So this is a platform where you can able to get it. So this is an IBM cloud account with which you can able to access your data platform. So only thing is you need to have an IBM cloud account and you can able to access it. So since it is a platform capability, I like to just take you to the platform for some time. So try to understand what are the options and how you can pick it up your foundation model. So that will give you a good info on how this platform is effectively architectured. So once you get into that, you will have this greeting message, and this is an option where you see you have all the options which is listed here. Either you can platform to create build your own foundation models or fine tune your models which is available here, or you can even work with the data and you can come out with your own. Any data science Python developer can come out with their own R programming or Python programming model. It helps you to get into a Jupyter editor and write the code and come out with this. So it helps you to all these options.
You can deploy it here. So this is the duplex, and these are some kind of a resource hub which we can able to access our foundation models for data mining. Build your generate resource hub which we can able to access.
So resource hub is the place where it helps you to get the foundation models. So for the foundation model is from IBM proprietary models. So there is a popular granite model with which I picked up and chooses, and there is another models which is open source, which is deployed, can be picked up from here, and you can make use of fine tuning your applications.
Some foundation models and video model and experiment or add option to
So there is a project you can create and you can associate your work storage.
storage and using it. So I'll say, and whatever the assets it is used for this project and the jobs and manage this recording, other kind of administrative and the prompts. So I will, and so on so forth, and some kind of ministries as well. And whatever the assets it is used for this project and the jobs and manage this recording, other kind of administrative activities you can able to perform. Now, once created the project, let me go and add the assets for this, because I'm going to create a project with the help of the prompting with some kind of a fundamental foundation model. So I'm creating a new asset.
So here you have an options to connect with your data source, and you can able to index your documentation to which will help for the generative AI to take it, or you can prepare and visualize the data, and you can infuse some of the parameter and fine tune it. So you have various options are available in this platform. So based on whatever we do, we can pick it up and try to perform that. So here there is again, you have an options. You wanted to build it a machine learning model from scratch automatically, it helps you to do it. Or you wanted to pick any foundation model fine tune, or you prepare something with a foundation model with the prompting to see how it works. So all these models are available. So such a robust comprehensive platform, and it is very much matured. This recently IBM has announced this platform, which is very much recent, mature enough to handle all your AI applications.
There are various types of AI. I wanted to work with the models. My intent of this project is to work with the models. So I wanted to have the fundamental model, foundation model with the and select this.
With the interest of time, I am just moving up. All these resources are available in your share resource tab. I have already uploaded. You can anyway have it after the things also.
You need to acknowledge when you are accessing this, which is available.
So this is the foundation models. So these are all the various foundation models which is available, which you can pick it up and try to make use of it for your own this thing. So you have an IBM proprietary provided things, and there are some of the open source which is deployed. We can able to pick it up and choose for our own application.
Earlier it was granite model. So let us do other exercise with help of that.
So now here I'm this model with which we are fine tuning it.
I wanted to make use this with this model, and this is on, and I have three options, whereas I'm first going for a structured model. So if you see, go for here.
So this is something you have an options to parameters, you can fine tune, some of the options are available to parameter, and you can personalize with an examples and what you call personalized settings, which is given in this form of an models. You can fine tune in a various way. So the response, whatever I am getting it like this for an healthcare customer, supposing if whatever the queries is asked, if it is giving a response, I wanted to still fine tune, I can come out with the various examples which is given or personalize this and to get more thing. So you see it is coming out with the different responses. Very accurate, precise responses I can able to get it. So in a way we can fine tune the model based on this prompting things. It helps you to give you fine tuning model. So this complete video is again uploaded, probably you can get it. So let me go back to this. Yeah. So in a way, we can call this watsonx platform as a complete studio for creating a project and organizing all your resources. When you say resources, it can be various data connectors, data assets, other collaborative users, and your other programming editors, all those things you can able to get it, and you can able to do the analytics over the data, and you can able to fine tune. So you can access, you can upload your data files, and you can catalog, maintain all your indexing for your project, and you can able to cleanse it, and you can create and deploy your own foundation models. So, and you can visualize the data. So it is a complete studio of integrated tools with all your data, visualization tools, and AI foundation models, fine tuning, everything it helps you to get, and you can able to deploy it. So this is how the complete tech stack work like this. So you have a machine model, lifecycle management model, okay, machine learning foundation model, and it can be hosted in any kind of a cloud-based infrastructure, and it can be accessible as a service, and you have your various tools like, as I told, the developer can able to work with the Jupyter or R programming aspects, or you have something called SPSS modular, which is from an IBM. You can able to get it diagrammatically approaches, and you can define data modular, which is an approach we can drag and drop. So all these authorized tools and models can be accessible from this platform, and it has a runtime environment for your machine learning and deep learning runtimes. So runtime environments also provided with this, and you can be accessible via cloud. So and so this is about a complete studio of watsonx, which helps you to come out with a collaborative platform for any of your data science problem. So today we are into digital transformation, so the completely driven by data and AI. We have huge data available, how we can make use of a data, whatever is available for our business, to get the predictive and forecasting it for the further, and how I can leverage artificial intelligence capabilities or generative AI capabilities to infuse into our own business and transform ourselves into a digital transformation journey. That's where we are there to support. We are the leaders in digital transformation journey for various customers of enterprise customers who are modernizing, migrating their legacy application with the help of tools like this, latest tools, and we are supporting on their modernization and migrations journey. And it has a complete set of users of all these data, AI, and data engineers. Everybody can collaborate together and work on this. So this is all about a crisp and overview of watsonx platform, and I think so hope you would have got some kind of a better understanding about this. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.